This is the board. Look at this fucking board. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cursing. This is insane. This is absolutely nuts. So, what I wanted to do today is open up a few Despia Bystial hands from my new build of my new Bystial Despia deck that I have still not shared, but leave it down in the comment if you want to see it. I'm going to be opening 3 hands, playing a few different lines to play around certain things or like go in different routes and show you my thought process throughout the combo, like what I'm thinking about, if we have a good mill, a good draw. And yeah, this is going to be just like a stream of consciousness as I'm playing the card. So if you want to know what goes on in a branded player's mind as they're playing the deck in this current build, this is the video for you. You might learn a few things about the combo, a few neat interactions with things that you can do, how you can play around certain cards like evenly matched, which kind of hurts the deck. So you're going to learn how to play around that as well. And yeah, let's jump and start shuffling. So this is going to be pretty chill. If you already know this, you know, you can take your time somewhere else. But if you don't know this and you want to see like kind of very organic gameplay and like test hands, then stick around and of course enjoy. Before we begin, make sure to hit that thumbs up and then subscribe to the channel if you are new here. So I'm going to be doing, I think, like maybe 4 test hands overall. These are 5 cards. Going first, and let's see what we can get. I'm still testing out this build, and I swear to God that I didn't play with his hand. I mean, I didn't set up these cards at the top of my deck. I swear this is organic. It's really good. Obviously, it's above average. But I'm gonna go through my thought process on this hand a little bit. So obviously, we're not gonna be sort of considering any interruptions when just doing test hands. Obviously, this is great going second, but going first. So there's a few things here that you want to remember. One, you want to maximize your ability to not lose to things like sphere mode or even evenly matched. So what I'm going to do is start by sending Lubellion. So usually we send Lubellion with branded fusion, but this time, because we already opened it, we want to go with maybe another route, specifically here, and go for Lubellion first, searching for Magnamut. So this is what I'm going to do. You can see my deck is actually perfectly shuffled. Magnamut to my hand. Very good. So if you are going second, this would be a good time to stack up your graveyard, summon the Druid's Worm, and then send it with Lubellion. But this is not what we're going to be doing right now. So let me think about the line that I want to go for here. So we started with the Lubellion because we might not need to send it with the branded fusion because it's going to be a little bit redundant. So what I'm going to do is normal summon the Aliber, and here I'm going to search for a copy of Branded Lost, just to increase our odds of seeing good cards, stacking our hand, and of course, preventing your opponent from negating your fusions, which is very important. Then I think what I'm going to do here is activate Lost, and then activate Branded Fusion. So now I'm going to send Tragedy, and I'm going to send Fallen of Albaz. Usually you would go for the Albion here, but since I already opened the Lubellion, I felt like throwing it by its own effect and searching will be more valuable in the long term. So this brings us Lubellion. And now we get 3 effects, and actually 4. We get Lubellion as Chainlink 1, and we're going to be discarding the Serenir. Then what we're going to do is activating Tragedy as Chainlink 2, Lost as 4. And Lost will add to our hand the Albion, the main deck Albion, which is really good for recursion. Tragedy is going to add us ad libitum. So we are going for that line here. And then Lubellion is actually going to shuffle the Albaz and itself to the deck to bring out a Mirror Jade. So cool. So none of these could have been negated, or no effects could be activated during any time throughout this combo. And now what we're going to do is, so this is currently our hand, right? it's still very, very good. What I'm gonna do now, I think we need to activate Serenir. So we're gonna do that exactly, and send Branded Regain to the graveyard, because we are going to summon Lubellion in a second and be able to set up Branded Beast and return the Branded Regained in the end phase. So Albion right now, I'm going to activate the effect, and I have targets for whatever I want basically right now, so I am going to just send a Branded Opening to the graveyard, just to stack it a little bit. What you could do is also send Branded Retribution, return the Regained to the hand, then banish with Mirror Jade. You know what? Let's do that, okay? We're not going to send the Branded Opening. We're going to do something a little bit more stupid. Retribution. So Retribution, if you don't know, you can banish it, return a branded card to your hand. So I threw this off of Albion. So now you're kind of seeing through my thought process organically of how I would play this against like an empty board, no interruptions. Albion to the bottom, and we draw Patchwork. This is huge. This is actually a huge draw that changes the turn pretty significantly. What we're going to do now is we're going to activate Branded Retribution, banish it, returning Branded Regain to our hand. So our hand is 5, right? What I'm going to do now is activate Branded Regained. Then I'm going to be activating the Patchwork. Patchwork will grab us. This is going to be nuts, to be honest. This is actually going to be nuts. Edgimp and Poly. This is insane. Okay, so this draw was amazing. Now what we can do, let's put this here and the banished here. What I would do right now, if we're being honest, I would actually go for Mirror Jade here. Mirror Jade effect, sending Albion to make sure we get that branded in red, and we're going to banish the Aluber. Now what we're going to do is activate Regained, target our Aluber, and return it to the deck and draw a card. Is this Runic Sprite? No, it's branded. We've drawn a lot of cards already. We draw Poly, which is solid. I mean, it's okay. Now what we are gonna do is get us a Magnamut to the field. So Bystial Magnamut, I'm gonna banish the Serenir from here. Then I'm gonna search in the end phase, but what I'm gonna do now is summon Lubellion on top of that. Lubellion effect, we get Branded Beast to the hand. Yeah. And this has turned out to be insane. Insane. Now, our Mirror Jade is spent, right? Because we wanted to send Albion. But what we do here is Poly, fuse the Ad Libitum and the Mirror Jade together for here, whatever you want, basically. You can go for Queritus, Masquerade, but I think for me here personally, Dragostapelia is going to be the most effective because it's the most generic. And then, again, this cannot be negated. Ad Libitum, target Mirror Jade. And now we also have Poly in the graveyard to protect our Chimera. And then what we have is another Druid's Worm, but we are going to have another Serenir in the hand. So, end phase, we're going to trigger Albion. Albion is going to grab us Branded in red to set, and Magnamut is going to grab us Serenir. So, this is our end board. We have Mirror Jade, which is live. We have Lubellion. We have Branded Beast for a pop, Regain to draw and summon. We have Lost to prevent any negation. We have Red to get that Chimera with Ad Libitum, and that's another Mirror Jade, so that's another pop or two and another banish. Of course, the negate from Dragostapelia, and we have 2 more hand traps in the hand. So it started out kind of like weird, but eventually you saw sort of like where this is going, and I think it was like really insane that we drew the Fright for Patchwork. So let's run another hand. So I do want to, for the second hand, I want to show you a line that simply doesn't lose to evenly matched. So if you do have some sort of suspicion that your opponent might be unevenly matched, and this is not game 1, this is game 2, 3, if you're going first, then this is the line that I would suggest going towards. So let's shuffle our hand really, really well here. And then we're gonna draw 5 cards. We have Lost, Druid's Worm, Branded Fusion, Albaz, and Magnamut. Again, this is a very good hand. Swear to God, I did not stack the deck. So we are gonna go straight to the line that doesn't lose to things like evenly matched. Specifically, evenly matched is something that this deck, the board that I set up earlier, straight up loses to evenly matched. So what we're gonna do now is just not lose to evenly matched at all. We have here Lost and then Branded Fusion. We're just gonna fire off the Branded Fusion immediately. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be sending out a Tragedy and the Albaz. Usually you would go for an Albion, but here, since we don't want to stack the field and we want to go conservative, then this is what we're gonna do. Now, Lebellion, Chainlink 1, we're gonna be discarding here this is our hand, right? So I would definitely discard the Albaz because we can shuffle it. Chainlink 2 Lost, Chainlink 3 Tragedy, ad libitum to the hand from Tragedy. We're gonna go with Albion, of course. And now we are going to shuffle back the Albaz and the Lebellion for Mirror Jade, of course. Defense position, if you're going game 2 or 3, defense position, always. Always, you don't know how many times it saved my ass. So this is our graveyard currently, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Albion, and I'm going to throw away here the Retribution for cost. So we could, if we want, during any point in our turn, return this Branded Fusion to the hand, but we'll see what this turn brings us. Now we're gonna hopefully get something good. Albion to the bottom and draw. Banishment. So this is really, really good because we are going to be coupling this with Branded in red. And the reason why we would want to do that is actually in order to not get Bystialed on our ad libitum or our Tragedy in the graveyard. And what we're going to do now, first of all, I'm going to be banishing the Retribution to bring back Branded Fusion to my hand for next turn. But since we don't have a normal summon, we have to go a bit minus here in order to not lose to evenly matched. So what we're going to do here is banish the Albaz, and then we're going to summon the Magnamut. Magnamut effect, going to search in the end phase, so we do sort of return that cost from the Magnamut, but we do have to banish the Magnamut here in order to get the Albion into the graveyard, and that's fine. If you know you don't want to lose to evenly matched, this is exactly what you're supposed to do here. We banished it. Then what we're going to do is we are going to set the banishment, and we are going to activate the effect of Albion in the graveyard to get ourselves a Branded in red. Okay, so why does this board not lose to evenly matched? There's 4 cards here, 3 of them are going to be banished. So Branded Lost was actually just a bonus, basically. But let's say our opponent activates evenly matched, right? They go to battle phase, evenly matched. Now we have to decide. So what do you do in this specific case? So this is our field, right? We have backup with the Branded Banishment, but let's say we're all good to go, no interruptions here. Right, so battle phase, great, go to battle phase. End of battle phase, great, awesome, go to end of battle phase. So what we're gonna do here is when they put the evenly matched on the field, we are going to activate Branded in red, targeting the tragedy, returning it to our hand, and in this case, banishing the ad libitum and the mirror jade. So after we've banished, we're going to summon whatever you want. You can summon a masquerade. I like to summon like either a masquerade here. You can go again for Dragostapelia. So let's say we're going for Dragostapelia. Then Branded in red goes to the graveyard. And what you lost here basically is Branded lost and Branded banishment that are going to be banished face down. Then when the evenly matched resolves, ad libitum effect, target mirror jade, and you get the mirror jade back. So this is a very classic sort of, play around evenly matched, which is good against this deck. We actually forgot to search with Magnamut during the end phase, so I'm going to do that right now, and I'm going to get myself a copy of Serenir. So after evenly matched, because we didn't, go ham on our end board, we went very conservatively with evenly matched in mind. We actually ended up with more interruptions on the field than we started with. So we have a Mirror Jade, which is live, Dragostapelia, 2 hand traps, follow up for the next turn. Absolutely perfect. Wait, 95% of you are not subscribed? Come on, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you are new for more awesome content. So now for the last one, let's go with the normal combo. The normal combo, let's open a hand, go with the most regular combo ever. Let's shuffle this. And again, I really hope you enjoy this. I know that the Despia content on my channel does very well compared to everything else, but I hope you also enjoy other things. If you're already here, already watching this, check out the rest of the channel. You might enjoy what I'm doing. So, last hand for today. 5 cards. The last 2 hands were kind of broken. I wish these were my hands like in tournaments. Serenir, Druid's Worm, opening, called by Aliber. Again, extremely good, but I haven't tempered with the deck, I swear to God. So what we're going to do here, it seems very consistent. So here we have a few options. You can go very conservative and just normal summon Aliber, keep these in your hand. But what I'm going to do here is actually use Branded Opening because I want the Serenir to hit the graveyard so we get the maximum amount of benefit from Lubellion. So Serenir and opening Aliber. Chainlink 1 Aliber, Chainlink 2 Serenir because it went to the graveyard. We can send a Branded Spell Trap to the graveyard, and that is going to be Branded Regain, which we're going to be returning very, very shortly. Aliber is obviously going to search us a beautiful copy of Branded Fusion. I'm going to be activating Branded Fusion. This is the normal Bystial branded combo that I like to do, and this is going to be Lubellion and Albaz. Send these two. Get ourselves an Albion effect. We're going to be banishing here. I would want to banish, I think, the Serenir and the Albaz, so we have an additional body on the field for something like Chimera. So we go for Lubellion. Lubellion is going to discard the Aliber, and this is great in the graveyard as follow-up and as interruption as well. Then we shuffle this back into the deck, Albaz back into the deck, and we summon, of course, our favorite boy. Let's make some room for the boy. The Mirror Jade. Now, you know this already. We're going to grab ourselves the Lubellion, tributing the Albion from the graveyard. Here, Bystial Lubellion effect in the main phase to place the Branded Beast, which is such a good card, and of course Aliber is in it, so you know. Then we are going to set the called by, obviously. We have a Druid's Worm in our hand, and in the end phase we're going to be activating the copy of Branded Beast, and we're going to be placing the Regained from the graveyard. And Albion effect here, I would probably go with Banishment, to be honest, because Like, I mean, we have a Chimera line here if we want. But I think I kind of like going with the... I kind of like going with the banishment, and I'll explain why. So during your opponent's turn, if they summon like any fusion, you know, Kitkalos, okay? They summon the Kitkalos, you chain banishment, you summon the Aluber, you fuse with the Aluber, right? You get yourselves whatever you want. You can have Quiritus. Didn't show up in this video, so let's put him here. And then Branded Regained, put Aluber in the bottom. Shuffle and draw a card in your opponent's turn. 100% is going to be a Bystial, right? You saw me shuffling. You saw me. Don't call me a cheater. And yeah. Bored. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cursing. This is insane. This is absolutely nuts. This is the deck. It's unbelievable. This build was, I think, 14-1 on Dueling Book Ranked a few days ago. I played with it a lot, and I had a really, really good time. This deck, unfortunately, I played against a lot of sprites, and sprite is it's not an easy matchup, and any deck that runs Bystials, not easy as well, but you can definitely play around it. But it's insane. You see the board. You see the amount of interruption. And now with Branded, we don't end up with like 0 cards in our hand like we did before Bystials. We end with pluses. Look at this field. It's insane. So yeah, I obviously hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Let me know down in the comments if you didn't like what I did here, or if you have any other ideas for combos, for videos, or spicy tech in your build that you want to share out with the rest of the community. Please leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, as always. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.